Australia as a country is no stranger to extremely heated debates. Sydney vs Melbourne, Holden vs Ford, VB vs Tui's, and the topic for today's video, Parma vs Parmi. I've seen debates regarding the correct slang pronunciation of Chicken Parmigiana that have resembled a modern version of the Romans versus the Germans. However, I can prove the correct slang pronunciation through the art of science, in a way that I was forced to confront my own biases. Now, for all those unaware of what a Chicken Parmigiana is, it is an Australian pub classic. While there are variations, your staple Parmigiana consists of 3 ingredients: a chicken snooty, tomato sauce, and cheese. Now, after my research in the lab, I've noticed a trend in Australian slang. For a slang word to be accepted by our Australian guardians, it is common practice to 1. Remove unnecessary letters, and 2. Replace the end in vowel sound. You get bonus points for having 2 syllables. Let me explain with a simple example. Cigarette. Now, it is Australian culture for cigarette to be shortened to ciggy. How do we get to ciggy? Well, first up, we simply cross off the end to get cigger. Now, cigger just sounds stupid, so let's replace the end in vowel sound. So instead of we're going to replace it with an I. So we go from cigarette to ciggy. Pretty simple stuff, right? Let's look at a more complex example. Australian. Now, in Australian slang, Australian is shortened to Aussie. So let's apply what we did before with cigarette to Australian. For Australian, it's not just as simple as crossing off the end, because when we do that, we get Austria. Now, Austria is suspiciously close to Austria, and people are already confused enough trying to differentiate between the land of upside down to the land of unsuccessful painters, so let's cut it down even more. If we take out the TR, we're left with Ozza. Now, while Ozza isn't too bad, as per the rules, we have to replace the vowel sound, so we're going to replace it from to E, which brings us to Aussie. Now, understanding how we convert words into slang, let's look at some more examples. Service station, servo. Woolworths, Woolies. McDonald's, Macca's. Flannelette shirt, flano. Postal worker, postee. Vehicle registration, rego. Garbage collector, garbo. Utility vehicle, ute. So now that we understand the rules, let's look at our case study, Chicken Parmigiana. Now straight away, let's just remove chicken. We don't need that, it's unnecessary, so we're left with Parmigiana. Let's cross off the end and get it down to 2 syllables, which leaves us with Parmi. Now it's time to replace the vowel. I'm sure as hell not adding an O, what am I, some kind of psychopath? And as per the rules, we can't use an I because that's already there, so it has to be an A. Now as per the science, the correct slang for a Chicken Parmigiana is Parma. To be honest, I still think Parma sounds stupid, so I'm going to do what 90% of the population does and just ignore the science. Thanks for watching.